In the late 20th century, a wave of terror swept across the United States, leaving a trail of fear and destruction in its wake. The Unabomber, a notorious domestic terrorist, emerged as a shadowy figure, using homemade bombs to target unsuspecting victims. This is the chilling story of the relentless pursuit to track down the Unabomber and bring him to justice. It all began with a series of seemingly random bombings that spanned nearly 2 decades. From university campuses to airline terminals, the Unabomber struck with calculated precision, leaving authorities and the public perplexed and terrified. Unbeknownst to them, the hunt for the Unabomber was about to escalate into a relentless manhunt. As the body count rose and the attacks continued, a specialized task force was assembled, dedicated to unraveling the mystery behind these acts of terror. Profilers, forensic experts, and investigators meticulously pieced together the Unabomber's pattern of behavior, searching for any clues that could lead them to his identity. The specialized task force assigned to the Unabomber case consisted of some of the brightest minds in law enforcement. Profilers meticulously analyzed the bombings, looking for patterns and signatures that could provide insights into the Unabomber's mindset and motivations. Forensic experts meticulously examined the bomb fragments, seeking any trace evidence that could link the attacks to a specific individual. Investigators combed through a vast amount of data, including witness statements, surveillance, footage, and intercepted communications. They painstakingly reconstructed the Unabomber's movements, trying to pinpoint his potential origins and areas of operation. The task force also collaborated with experts in explosives and bomb making, gathering knowledge that could aid in their investigation. The Unabomber's pattern of targeting specific industries and institutions provided crucial clues. By analyzing the choice of targets, the task force was able to develop a profile of the Unabomber as a highly intelligent individual with a deep resentment towards technology and its perceived negative impact on society. As the investigation progressed, the task force sought help from the public. They launched a massive publicity campaign, releasing composite sketches of the Unabomber and offering rewards for information leading to his capture. Tips poured in from across the country, and investigators meticulously followed each lead, hoping to uncover the elusive terrorist's true identity. It was the Unabomber's own writings, his anti-technology manifesto titled Industrial Society, and its future that provided the breakthrough the task force had been waiting for. The publication of the manifesto in major newspapers caught the attention of David Kaczynski, the Unabomber's brother. Struck by the similarities between the writing style of the manifesto and his brother's letters, David reached out to the authorities, igniting a chain of events that would ultimately lead to the Unabomber's capture. The relentless pursuit of the Unabomber took the investigators to remote cabins in Montana, where Theodore Kaczynski, the Unabomber's real name, had been living a reclusive life. The task force meticulously collected evidence connecting Theodore to the bombings and building an airtight case against him. In April 1996, after an intense manhunt, Theodore Kaczynski was arrested at his cabin. Inside, investigators discovered a treasure trove of evidence, including bomb-making materials, journals detailing his motivations, and a manifesto that further solidified his involvement in the bombings. The evidence found inside Theodore Kaczynski's cabin was crucial in solidifying his involvement in the bombings and shedding light on his motivations. The investigators discovered a meticulously organized collection of bomb-making materials, revealing the level of expertise and planning behind each attack. Among the materials were various components used to construct the explosive devices, including batteries, wires, timers, and triggers. The precision and sophistication of these devices showcased Kaczynski's technical knowledge and his ability to create lethal weapons. The investigators also uncovered a series of journals meticulously documenting Kaczynski's thoughts, beliefs, and motivations. These writings provided a chilling glimpse into the mind of a domestic terrorist, revealing his deep-rooted anger and disdain for modern technology and its perceived impact on society. Of particular significance was the discovery of Kaczynski's manifesto, titled Industrial Society, and its future, also known as the Unabomber Manifesto. This extensive document outlined his anti-technology ideology and presented his arguments against the industrialization of society. The manifesto served as a disturbing insight into Kaczynski's radical views and the reasoning behind his violent acts. The manifesto, along with Kaczynski's other writings, displayed his intellectual capacity and the depth of his ideological convictions. It became a critical piece of evidence in linking Kaczynski to the Unabomber case and providing a glimpse into his motivations and twisted worldview. The wealth of evidence found in Kaczynski's cabin allowed investigators to build a comprehensive case against him. The bomb-making materials, journals, and manifesto provided a clear picture of his involvement in the bombings and his extremist beliefs. Ultimately, the discovery and analysis of this evidence played a pivotal role in the prosecution of Fyodor Kaczynski, leading to his eventual conviction for multiple counts of terrorism and murder. The evidence presented a chilling portrait of a disturbed individual driven by a radical ideology, leaving a lasting impact on the history of domestic terrorism in the United States. The evidence found in Fyodor Kaczynski's cabin presented a compelling and chilling portrait of a disturbed individual who became known as the Unabomber. The meticulous analysis of the evidence played a pivotal role in his conviction for multiple counts of terrorism and murder. The bomb-making materials discovered inside the cabin provided irrefutable proof of Kaczynski's involvement in the bombings that had plagued the nation for nearly 2 decades. The investigators meticulously examined each component, tracing their origin and linking them to the devices used in the attacks. The expertise demonstrated in the construction of the bombs revealed a highly intelligent and methodical mind at work. In addition to the bomb-making materials, the investigators uncovered a series of journals that offered a disturbing glimpse into Kaczynski's psyche. These writings detailed his anti-technology ideology, his deep-rooted anger towards modern society, and his justification for the acts of terror he committed. The journals provided valuable insights into the motivations and mindset of the Unabomber, helping to build a psychological profile of the perpetrator. One of the most significant pieces of evidence was Kaczynski's manifesto, titled Industrial Society and Its Future. This extensive document outlined his radical beliefs and his opposition to the advancements of technology and industrialization. The manifesto not only served as a manifesto for his actions, but also provided crucial clues that helped investigators identify Kaczynski as the Unabomber. The evidence presented during Kaczynski's trial painted a disturbing picture of a highly intelligent individual driven by a radical ideology. The meticulous planning and execution of his attacks, combined with the ideological justifications outlined in his writings, left an indelible impact on the history of domestic terrorism in the United States. Ultimately, the discovery and analysis of the evidence enabled the prosecution to build a compelling case against Fyodor Kaczynski. The evidence served as a testament to the tireless efforts of law enforcement, forensic experts, and investigators who worked diligently to bring the Unabomber to justice. The Unabomber, tracking down the infamous domestic terrorist, delves into the significance of the evidence, exploring its role in uncovering the truth and holding Kaczynski accountable for his heinous crimes. The video provides a comprehensive examination of the investigation, the legal proceedings, and the lasting impact of the Unabomber case on the field of criminal profiling and domestic counterterrorism efforts.